The kinetic chain is the biggest contributor of power in the tennis shot. If you can generate more kinetic energy, your ball will fly faster. So first, let me start off by telling you what a kinetic chain is. It's a series of rigid bodies interconnected by joints with constrained motions to model a mechanical system. I know, it's a lot, it's complicated, it's a mouthful. Don't worry, I'm here to make it simple for you. If you want to learn how to hit the ball with real power, you need to learn how to hit the ball with your whole body. You need to, number one, know how to generate power with different parts of your body, and number two, fire off the power from the different parts of your body at the right times. And if you can do that, your balls are going to fly past everyone. You're going to have so much power, you're not going to know what to do with it. Let me actually tell you the parts of your body that make it up. You have your feet, you have your legs, calf and hip and thighs, you have your hips, you have your core, you have your chest/shoulders, you have your upper arm, you have your lower arm, you have your hand, and you have, very important, the top of the racket. Let me tell you what the important parts of the kinetic chain are. They're going to be your legs, they're going to be your core, and the top of your racket. These are the four most important points of the kinetic chain. And if you learn how to maximize the power in these 4 points, you will be ahead of 95% of the competition. Now is when we start to get a bit physicsy. Don't worry, I'm going to still keep it simple for you. I won't make it too complicated. Newton's third law states, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Basically what that means, if I push my foot into the floor is going to push back at me, and they're going to stay still together. If the floor didn't push back, the floor is going to go down when I step into the floor. But that doesn't happen. When I push against the floor is pushing back. What are we doing there? That is the start of kinetic energy. That's how we create more kinetic energy. When you hear people say, bend your knees, get low, stay low, what they really mean is push into the floor. If you weigh 100 kilograms, get 200 kilograms down into the floor. Like that, you have 200 kilograms of force coming up through you. And you can use that power to transfer into the ball and ultimately hit a better, faster shot. The feet, the legs, you want to be wide and low, making sure you're pushing into the floor. I'm going to say this again. Make sure you're pushing into the floor. You feel the power against the floor. Your feet are pushing into the floor. Whichever words work for you, just understand that you are pushing more than your weight into the ground. I'm not just standing here, I'm pushing down here. The feet and the legs are the most important contributing factors to generating kinetic energy. The second most important thing is going to be your torso rotation or your turn. When I say turn, I don't mean turning your whole body like this. I mean just twisting your core so that your shoulders turn, okay? And you get torso rotation here. Feet are going to contribute a lot of power, but what's going to put you above everyone else is how well you shoulder turn, how big and how fast you can shoulder turn. There was a study done on ITF junior players, world-class players under 18, and ATP players, world-class players over 18, adults. And interestingly enough, they had very similar racket head speeds, which meant the racket was actually moving more at the same speed. But why do the men hit so much stronger than the boys? The men had 3 times the amount of angular momentum, the angular torque, which means their chest moved like this 3 times faster than the boys. And that's what put them on that higher level. It's all good to have a fast racket and pushing your feet into the floor, but if you want to elevate and be better than everyone else, you need to have a good torso rotation. We just went through the most important parts of the kinetic chain. Now I'll quickly tell you what makes a kinetic chain effective. For an effective kinetic chain, you need 2 things. Number 1, you need to maximize the amount of power at the right places. I just told you the most important parts, the legs and the core. If you maximize the power you're using with your core, and you're maximizing the power you're pushing into the ground, then you start to have a more effective kinetic chain. Secondly, you need to ensure the right sequence of muscles are firing. Now, let me try and deconstruct that for you, make it simple. The right muscles need to go off at the right time. If I try to hit a tennis shot by first turning my shoulders and then bending my knees and then swinging the racket, it's all going to be fluff, crazy. It's not going to work. I need to have my legs, my core, and the racket working at the same time so the power can stack up and add up. All right, if I don't do it at the right time, it's all going to become nothing and I do all the work for waste. Let's actually go over how we can increase the amount of power in the kinetic chain. If you look like this when you hit the ball, i.e. you only use your racket, it means you need to start adding more parts. Instead of doing this, I can now widen my legs, push into the floor. Remember, pushing into the floor. Like this now, I'm adding more power. If I add the core, the torso rotation, so now I'm pushing to the floor, I rotate before my shot and rotate with my shot, I'm adding more power. Step number one is add more parts. Add the feet first, and then add the chest, the core afterwards. Okay, the feet are easier to control, easier to use, and they're going to get you more results. The core is how you elevate above everyone else. Leave the core if you're still a beginner, focus on the feet, and then when you have that good, then you can start to add in more of the core. Let's dive into the legs a bit more. Your feet need to be wide. If you're standing like this playing tennis, you have no base, and you have no balance, you have no power, you have nothing, no agility. Wide your legs, at least a racket width. I like to be a bit wider because I can and I'm comfortable here. But this, like this is minimum. Make as wide as you want, as long as you're comfortable and you can still move well. Secondly, your balance needs to be in front. I can't be playing tennis with my balance back, right? If I'm trying to hit the ball that way and my weight is going back, my weight's not helping me. But if my weight is going forwards here and I'm trying to hit the ball forwards, now my weight is helping me. Widen low your legs, have your balance in front, and remember, I'm pushing into the floor. I'm trying to put double my body weight into the floor right now. I'm not just here bending my legs. I'm actively pushing the top of my feet into the floor. That's how you start to generate the power from the kinetic chain. And now how do we use it to actually make sure it goes into the shot? That's why you hear lots of people say, go against the ball. Follow the ball afterwards. Let your body weight follow the ball. Let your body weight follow the shot. It's that. And really, it's that simple. My legs wide and low, pushing my body weight into the floor. Then I push my legs to send my body weight forwards. And all you need to do is just get better and better at that. It's not about learning something new. I've taught you the secrets. I just taught you how to do it. But have you done 10,000 reps to make it good? And now for the torso rotation, for the core, using the upper body twist. I twist my body to wind it up. During the shot, you need to twist through, okay? And this rotation is what's going to elevate you above everyone else. That rotation is how you become better than everyone else, if you learn how to use it the right way. And really, it's that simple, is that it? But again, are you generating enough torso rotation? Is it fast enough through the ball? And is the timing right? When you get good, it's going to become really hard to have such a big torso twist because the ball's coming at you so fast. That's why things like setting up early is really important, to allow you to give the power back to the ball when it comes at you fast. That's it. Those are actually really the secrets of tennis. Well, of power anyways in tennis, from the kinetic chain. If you learn how to do these two things, I guarantee you will be hitting bigger balls than 95% of the people you know.